Hello viewers, I am Tejashwini, content developer at Edifypath. Now we have an eminent personality, Dr. Rahul Singh, a professor in strategy, innovation and entrepreneurship. Having years of experience, so we just wanted to know a gist of your journey.
Thank you, Tejaswini. Of course, I was like you when I passed out my master's in management and I went to a stock market in Mumbai, worked there for some time. But then I always had interest into research, and so I came back to academics in a very young age. That's how I started my journey into professorship. I had opportunity to grow in a scholarship, and so I worked with companies, worked with my students, professors, colleagues nationally and internationally, and wanted to develop the domain of strategy, innovation, and entrepreneurship. So I was taking that path, joining the companies, boards. So in a way, it was good learning, understanding how industry functions, and taking that to my students. Sometimes I also tried little different what otherwise academicians do. So I went to companies and asked for internship. So can you recruit me for 2 months to learn what you do so that when I go back to my students, I teach them what you are doing. So I think experiment has been one of the sources of my journey. That's how innovation comes to what we are doing as a researcher and as teaching in through our pedagogy and through our outputs. In addition, we are able to bring our students to a network which we have created through this path so that they are helped in their industry journey. So today my students are also CEOs. And they remember that they were brought by me to a company for the first time where they hesitated to talk, and now they are sitting in that seat. That helps.
Great. That is great to know your insights of your journey.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know, now the world is full of startups. Everyone wanted to start their own ideas. Like they wanted to implement their own ideas. So, how, from where they should start, and from where they should seek support. Few are succeeded, but whereas few they developed it, but they are not figuring it out how to take it forward. So
That's a very good question. Let me give you an analogy of it. A media person asked the Chancellor of Germany, and in Germany the Chancellor means president, right? Chancellor of Germany, that Germany is spending so much money in research and development, and we get only 1% of the output. Why are we spending 99% of the resources when the output is just 1 or 1.5%? And the answer of German Chancellor was, with this 1% output, we are the world leaders. So if students are investing their time and energy and skills into learning what they want to do through startups, if they want to pursue their ideas, they're not wasting time. They are simply failing. And there are only 2 things which will happen, succeed and fail. There is no third thing. If you're working, both things will happen. The same will happen in industry as well. So there are millions of people every year going to industries, but few come out succeeding. Everyone else has been stagnant. There is nothing like a stagnation in companies. It's kind of becoming bureaucratic or failing. Okay? So your question I have dealt differently, I know, but the message here is that startup is a very good idea. Learning is a good idea. Failing is a very good idea. That's the reason Germany and US are Germany and US today. If we hesitate today, we will never make it into those top leagues of knowledge companies and industries. We have a chance. We never had this kind of environment of a startup culture. In last 5 years, what this government and other governments have done is fantastic. Today, our students are participating in such a manner, succeeding in such a manner, that India is number 3 in the world in terms of a startup success and valuation. So I think culture is changing. Skills are picked up by students and they are working on their ideas, irrespective of whether they are succeeding or failing.
Okay. So you have gone through many students, you have guided many students, so you helped them out. I just wanted to know what is their mindset, the students you have approached before and the current generation. So what is their mindset?
I don't know how do you get very strong questions, and they are challenging to me. But the mindset, of course, is changing, and students are updating themselves with the knowledge and the requirement of the industries. For example, uh, 5 years back, we were talking about the World Economic Forum reports on skills. They were different than what it is today. So today we have World Economic Forum reports talking on skills, saying that probably industry is not going to have positions. They are going to have projects, and so you need to develop more on the skills. So the cognitive skills, the intellectual skills, the communication skills, all these are the list of the requirements that students need to have according to that report. 5-7 years back, this was not the requirement. Today, I see students working on certifications, working on skills beyond the curriculum, and curriculum is also changing, right? So the approach of students is more independent, although it is taking students away from the degree, but it is taking them for good. Unless degrees change themselves, students are going to find a better way to improve themselves, and that is go for skill certifications. And students today are ready to do it. I offer a course in the domain which is taught by only industry people, and students take it. They like it simply because when company experts are coming in, they also get the language, how is it communicated, and they get the skills. So behavior is changed, it is accepted. The only thing which is a challenge today, which probably came because of the COVID, is in the behavior of working. I think their companies are facing challenges. So once that is addressed and also accepted by the companies, things should change.
Okay. Also, there are many young entrepreneurs who have just started their startups and all. But like, how do you think like they wanted to promote their organization? And I have seen your interest in nation branding, so I just wanted to know how branding has changed over years.
Well, the entrepreneurs and companies primarily make the brand. So we know USA not because US is has a great president. We know USA or Korea or Singapore or France or Germany because they have Pepsi, Coke, Amazon, Siemens, LG, and so on. So companies, expertise, brands are important. And these things are communicated by people and the companies. So the people in terms of experts. India has not created those kind of companies, but India has created those kind of manpower who have created those kind of companies, right? So today you see Indian people are sitting as the founders and top executives of the world renowned companies. Indian students outside India, Indian students within India, experts outside India, experts within India are creating new companies. They are creating startups, they are creating processes, they are creating IPs. And this is what is significant. This is what is important. So when you're talking about how our work is going to be recognized, probably if we don't work on that recognition, we are going to be a BPO-oriented, process-oriented organization, which India should not target anymore. It was a requirement of 80s and 90s. In 2020, we should look for knowledge, we should look for creating brands, we should look for creating expertise, and that's how India will survive, or India will be recognized worldwide. We should not be shy of creating brands, which we have been doing earlier. So now I think there is a change already in the psychology of students and new generation. They are bold, they are confident, they go out and spill what they are thinking. If they have expertise, they are going to create history.
Okay. Also, like there are many things which are trending on. So how can we stand unique? And how can we establish our identity when we start something?
Everything cannot be unique. So unique is going to be few, or unique are going to be few. But those few will create enough brands, right? So if you're talking 100 unique things, it will not be unique. It will not be value, it will be commodity. But there are going to be 5 unique things, and they will create the brand that you're looking for. They will create the value you're looking for. They will create the knowledge you are looking for. Yeah. However, uniqueness is always in the knowledge. So the brand side, yes, everything cannot be unique. The knowledge side, of course, it can be well-developed expertise, which we should not call unique always, but yeah, of course, high capacity-oriented expertise or a skill. But creating value is important because there's something different, and that different can lead to uniqueness, but still it can be different. Okay, so we are moving from the stage of common to different, and from different to unique we can go if we know how to create knowledge. So our companies have to learn this. Right now, many companies are only doing the process, and the especially the IT side or manufacturing side, we are only believing in the process. India has not graduated to develop the knowledge. We have to do that slowly. China has done it. They were only the process in manufacturing. Today they have such a knowledge that the whole world wants China to produce things and change the design. So they not only are producing today, they're designing the products of all the world leaders everywhere in the world. Okay, that probably advantage we have as India in the service sector, and we can do that. So from being common or commodity to next level of differentiation, which is different, and then going to the value, which is unique. I hope I answer you.
Yes, of course, yes. As it is a e-learning platform, we just wanted to have some message for our students, like how they should upskill in their career, and how an entrepreneurship or innovation, like it will help them out in while implementing their ideas.
Well, I think e-learning is the new norm. We have to understand it, and we have to create a combination of the physical learning and e-learning. So we cannot avoid it in future. If we are doing it seriously, we get the outcome. But if the seriousness of e-learning is compromised, as we have done in the physical mode, then I think getting to the learning outcomes and developing the skills is very difficult. And I have few examples of students passing through both the path. And those who have done it seriously, they have really shined. So e-learning initially is going to be challenging to focus, but once somebody creates the focus, he or she will start bringing in the real value that one can create. Because companies have already started accepting e-learning certifications if those are valuable certifications. But the commodity certifications have no value. And that's where e-learning goes wrong way. But those organizations which are doing good job in creating knowledge, transferring that knowledge, and giving a challenge to students to learn and pass the certification, they are fantastic. They are contributing, and their certifications are accepted in industry. So students should follow those kind of certifications.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Your questions were challenging. I had tough time. Thank you.
Thank you.